Congress Member of Parliament Dheeraj Sahu has been summoned again by the Enforcement Directorate for questioning. Remember viewers, just last night the Congress MP was questioned regarding the BMW car in relation to a former Jharkhand CM Hemant Soren's case. After the ED's questioning, Dheeraj Sahu has stated on record, and I quote, that the vehicle does not belong to former CM Hemant Soren. It belongs to someone else. Investigation is still being done regarding the same, unquote. Let's in fact listen in to what he has said.
बारे में वो मामला कुछ भी नहीं है, तो मैंने केवल ये गाड़ी जो है माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी का नहीं है, किसी और आदमी का है। इसी के बारे में हम तहकीकात हो रहा था।
मीडिया में खबर चल रही है कि आपकी कार है ये
गलत बात है, बिल्कुल झूठ बात है, ये मेरी कार नहीं है।
Meanwhile, joining us on the broadcast this morning is my colleague Shakti Kumar. Shakti, ED is turning its heat against Hemant Soren as well as now Dheeraj Sahu. What details can you give our viewers regarding these developments?
देखिए, ईडी की जो शिकंजा है वो लगातार कर रहा है। अब जब धीरज साहू से पूछताछ की तो उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि जो कुछ दिन पहले जब फ्लोर टेस्ट झारखंड में होने थे, हेमंत सोरेन जिस BMW गाड़ी से जा रहे थे उसको लेकर उन्होंने कहा कि ये जो BMW गाड़ी है वो उनका नहीं है। और साथ ही साथ आपको ये भी बताएं कि जिस तरह से ईडी का शिकंजा कसा है, झारखंड में हेमंत सोरेन को अपनी कुर्सी गंवानी पड़ी, तमाम चीजों को लेकर फिलहाल ईडी की जो कार्रवाई है वो अभी भी जो है पूछताछ जो है।
As far as Shakti's connection is concerned, but meanwhile, of course, key developments are taking place in Jharkhand at the moment. ED, of course, continuing its probe against Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. Meanwhile, Congress MP Dheeraj Sahu is also facing heat. Shakti Deo, BJP spokesperson, is joining us on the broadcast this morning. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us on NewsX. Key developments, of course, are taking place in Jharkhand. High-octane developments last night as well. ED's probe is continuing against a former Jharkhand Chief Minister. Meanwhile, of course, we remember how crores and crores of rupees were, in fact, earlier recovered from one of the places or locations linked to Congress MP Dheeraj Sahu earlier. And right now, a BMW car that the ED claims belongs to Congress MP Dheeraj Sahu has been recovered from the Delhi residence of former Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Hemant Soren. Reactions coming in. Dheeraj Sahu has denied that the car belongs to him. What is your very first reaction to these developments?
Good morning, Priti, and a very good morning to all your viewers. See, what has actually happened in Jharkhand has not happened anywhere else in the country. And I say this why? Because a chief minister was on the run from the law for 40 hours. There was nobody to head the state. And a staggering 350 crore rupees in cash were recovered from the residence and the office premises of MP, Congress MP Dheeraj Sahu. This is the biggest IT recovery of all time. So this is some dubious record which Jharkhand will not be ever proud of. And you see, the relationship was such between Hemant Soren and Dheeraj Sahu. This was common knowledge that they are very, very close to each other. So the BMW, which was recovered from the garage of Hemant Soren's Delhi residence, had the address in the registration as Manesar, when it belonged, the place belonged to Dheeraj Sahu. So we just simply asked a question: if they are so close to each other, so friendly to each other, so there could be a logic that Dheeraj Sahu, being so close to Hemant Soren, has parked his BMW in his garage, and the 350 crore rupees that were recovered from Dheeraj Sahu's house may belong to Hemant Soren too. Because we kept on asking, and they were just mum. We kept on asking, "Ye rishta kya kehlata hai?" But there were no answers from the Congress and the JMM. Of course, he's in the denial mode as per the media reports. But we have very, very strong belief that there is a strong connection between the 350 crore rupees also, which was recovered from Dheeraj Sahu's house and ex-Chief Minister Hemant Soren. And yes, you are right, the ED will question them again. But you see, there has been electronic evidence trail too. ED claims to have a 350 page WhatsApp chat detail between Leisner here, Vinod Singh, and ex-Chief Minister Hemant Soren, where there were details about the officers, the money they will give for their posting. And you see, it's an open and shut case. There was talk about money being transferred, and that officer actually got posted up about a couple of days after the money was exchanged. So we think what's actually happened in Jharkhand is a very, very transparent, corrupt system. And we hope that the ED reaches the conclusion very fast. And in another case, the ruling party has got a big setback because even the High Court and the Supreme Court have not entertained the bail plea of the official representative of Chief Minister Hemant Soren's Barhet constituency, Pankaj Mishra, who's also main accused, in fact, in the 1,250 crore mining scam in Sahibganj district. So all in all, what is happening in Jharkhand is actually shocking. It's a comparatively very poor state, mineral rich, yes, I agree, but people are not very rich. So there was loot and plunder and scams in all the last 4 years of Hemant Soren government. And the new chief minister, instead of writing his own story, says that he will further the agenda of Hemant Soren government. So he's probably talking about, taking this corruption which has happened in the last 4 years to another level. So what's actually happened in Jharkhand is very shocking. And see, the 350 crore rupees, the Congress washed its hands off. The JMM also washed its hands off. Now nobody is claiming that this money belongs to any of the parties. But in the initial phases, both the parties that defended Dheeraj Sahu and said, "Sahab, bade vyapari hai, kacche ka kaam karte hain." So this could be, part of the cash transaction of his own business houses. And the entire transaction of all his business houses combined together is around 70 crores. And 350 crore rupees cash was recovered. So we are very hopeful that this nexus between the politicians and the organized mafias which are looting the Jharkhand will be exposed soon. Yes, Priti.
All right. We also have Mr. Arinder Singh Deo of the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. He's a spokesperson of the JMM who's also joining us this morning. We have, of course, heard, the Bharatiya Janata Party leaders speak to us. What would your response be to the BJP?
Good morning, everyone. And good morning to my friend Pratul. For the first point, like, you asked about Dheeraj Sahu, and he vehemently denied that the car belonged to him. And we should wait, and we should not count the chickens before they hatch, because the ED is yet to prove it. They're just alleging. And I think Pratul also very clearly mentioned the car may belong to Dheeraj Sahu. So the word may makes it clear to all that it is not the case. They are just alleging it, and maybe they are just cooking up some conspiracy theory. See, the money, 350 crores they are saying, everybody saw that it was recovered. The cash was recovered at the business premises of Mr. Dheeraj Sahu. And how long it has been? I think it's more than around a month or two. And the IT department, which carried out the raids, has not filed any cases or charge sheet that the money was illegally collected by them or stored by them. And Dheeraj Sahu had clearly told on TV that he will give the proofs to the department and not to the BJP, which is not officially constitutional body to investigate. So see, obviously anybody, all the parties do it. The party in opposition, BJP is in opposition in Jharkhand. So obviously they are going to malign the people who are in the ruling party. So, but we should wait. I'll ask my viewers to wait patiently and wait for a communication from the IT department that what is the status of that money. And see, the conspiracy theories, I can also allege that whatever Modi ji has been doing in the parliament is to help the big helping the crony capitalism of the country. He gives some statements in the parliament, and the next day you see the share prices of some selected companies rising astronomically. Who is gaining from this? Can anybody go and investigate it? Can anybody dare to investigate that? No, the central agencies won't investigate. But you are seeing some statement comes from the ruling party leader in the parliament, and some activities happen. Like a couple of days ago, there was. I'll talk about the share market because yesterday I was listening to the news. All the shares were down, and within 5 minutes, Reliance rose at 40 rupees in 5 minutes. And in the night, we came to know that there was a particular item that was passed in the cabinet that would help Reliance Industries in getting this thing. What was this? Mobile network bandwidth auction, and Reliance was supposed to be the major beneficiary. So now, why don't people connect these things? And these are not in the amount of 100 crores, 200 crores. These are into 1,000 crores and lakhs of crores. But these guys will never own up to this. So it is easy. I can allege a lot of things to the opposition parties, but we should wait. The IT department rated Dheeraj Sahu. So IT department should come up with a clarification. Who are we to clarify? I am saying that Dheeraj Sahu is saying that the money belongs to his business. So let IT department prove it does not. And let ED, which has called Dheeraj Sahu, let ED come out with a clear proof that the car belonged to Dheeraj Sahu, but he has denied. So let us wait. Why are we so anxious to just malign someone to get some brownie points? I don't understand that.
It seems Mr. Pratul Shah Deo of the BJP wants to respond to you, sir.
My friend Arinder Singh Deo say that, there is a systematic plan, or there is a systematic targeting of the state government of Jharkhand, and we are trying to malign them. He must be in a lighter mood today, because the amount of loot and scam that have happened in the 4 years of Hemant Soren government have maligned them so much that there is no scope for improvement. And let's talk about Jharkhand, what's happening. 350 crore rupees cash, and a person says it belongs to his own business, and it was the Congress party which was defending initially, saying that it belongs to his own business. And a 70-80 crore turnover company having 350 crore in cash. So it is ridiculous. We have strong reasons to believe that the money trail goes right up to the ex-Chief Minister Hemant Soren, also to the Congress Central Election Fund. And this is Modi's new India, we never rush up against anybody. We go into the details of the investigation. But the BMW, which was recovered from the Hemant Soren's garage, had registration of Manesar, which actually is the farmhouse of Congress MP Dheeraj Sahu. So you don't need rocket science to decipher actually who did the car belong to. Yes, it's early days, but it's not that early days too. 350 crore rupees of cash were recovered for a first time in history of the country. A chief minister was on the run from law for 40 years. He had disappeared, much like that Bill Clinton and James Patterson thriller, The President is Missing. Our chief minister went missing for 40 hours, leaving the people of 3.5 crore people of the state to their own fate. And there are rampant corruption in every department. All the people close to Chief Minister have been arrested. See, his blue-eyed boy, the deputy commissioner, the district magistrate, as you know, of Ranchi, who was involved in land scam, has also been arrested. He's behind the bars. And the Chief Minister is facing the heat. And you see, prima facie, there is a strong case against the Chief Minister because they went to Supreme Court, got no relief. They went to High Court, they got no relief. They went to PMLA Court. They did not get any relief also. And then the remand was extended from 5 days to another 5 days. So if there was prima facie, no case against the ex-Chief Minister Hemant Soren, he would have got some relief at the first go, but he did not. So that speaks volumes about the kind of corruption he has done, and we as they say, the Qayamat ki Raat, the judgment day has finally arrived for him, where they say, where good deeds and your bad deeds will be taken into account by the court. And I don't think this government has got any good deeds to its name. But let's wait. The BMW trail is very strong, according to the media reports. The address is crystal clear. And there, again, I would like to say, probably, it's for the agencies to do that. It's not our call. But the way 350 crore rupees recovered from Dheeraj Sahu's house, whose turnover is only 80 crore rupees, the joint turnover of all his companies, and I repeat this on the third time on your TV. So 350 crore rupees cannot be a part of his own business. So it is the election fund. Now let's investigate whether the trail goes right up to Hemant Soren or whether the trail goes up to the Congress election fund. And I was listening to Arinder Singh say that he spoke about the national businesses, the international businesses, the prime minister's making some statements, but he did not mention why the court have not granted bail to the ex-chief minister Hemant Soren, despite 8-9 days he has been in custody. Or probably this is the 10th day. He was in jail for 1 day too. So you were chief minister 1 day and another day now, like you are in the ED remand being questioned, and the way the WhatsApp chats are being deciphered, the strong nexus between the dalals, the political license and the political class, and the way the transparent postings have been done in Jharkhand will actually reflect the real state of affairs in Jharkhand. For 4 years, there was rampant loot. There were total scams. The governance had taken a backseat. There was total lawlessness. The crime rate, the unemployment rate had reached an all-time high. It was just corruption, corruption, corruption. The only thing that was happening during this government's tenure was the transfer and posting of IS and IPS and the state service officials, and that too at the WhatsApp chats have revealed, and the ED told in the open court where actually hundreds of lawyers were there, that there have trails of WhatsApp chats which actually also spoke about the admit cards of the competitive examination being exchanged between the ex-chief minister Hemant Soren and liaison Vinod Singh. So you see, not even the mines were looted, not only sand was looted, not only the stones were looted, they even looted away the dreams of the students by selling off the question papers of the competitive examination. So what's actually happening in Jharkhand is unprecedented. A thoroughly corrupt government has gone, and probably the new chief minister should be given some time. But he made a false start by saying this is Hemant Soren part 2. So probably he's talking about more corruption, more atrocities against women, more loot, more transfer and posting. That's what actually had happened during Hemant Soren part 1. Right, Preeti?
All right, and the last word to Arinder Singh Deo of the JMM.
See, it's really amusing what my friend is saying. Like, he quoted, like, so now they've become Chitragupts and they become larger than humans, and now they're taking on our holy figures like Chitragupta, asking for what wrong and what right deeds you did. And one thing is very clear. Why do they want everything to be settled in 4 days? Who are they to ask? We are in the court. Let the court decide. And the people are watching. People vote. When our present chief minister says, I'll be running a government which will be Hemant part 2. So Modi ji always says, like Modi number 3, so third government will come. So when he compared the data, the figures, the statistics, so I ask you to please compare the statistics of unemployment and all the other figures he mentioned of the nation and Jharkhand vis-a-vis, compare them and just show it to the public how Jharkhand is fared much better than the national rates. So it's all there in the public domain. You can just pull up the data and show the figures, and the people will know what actually happened. See, opposition always, like in the center, you see everybody does, the work of the opposition is to take up the ruling party, to point at the ruling party. So that's what BJP is doing. They are so flustered and so irritated that they were not able to get hold of the Jharkhand government and they just talk of the selective last 3. Has the Jharkhand gone down in last 3 years only? It has been now 24 years since Jharkhand came into existence. And most of that time, the BJP has ruled it. So why doesn't he say that? He just tells people that only 3 years has see what the JMM government has done. So if you want to see, so you should go back 24 years and see the number of years the BJP has ruled, the number of years the Congress or the JMM has ruled, and how they have fared. It's all in the public domain. All the data is available. So why don't you pull it up and show it to the people? Who are we to say? The date numbers will speak for themselves.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.